Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is the Nation Network. I'm your host, Vince McSham, and this is Collector's Corner. It's a program where we give you guys a chance to show off your stuff. If you've been collecting stuff, and I know everybody out there's got something, whether it's magazines, whether it's posters, whether it's, I don't know, man, those, what do you call those things? Those guides you get when you go to the live events, the programs. That's the word I'm looking for. If it's a program, action figures, belts, whatever the case may be, bring it on, man. Show it to us. Help us relock or unlock some old memories. All right. Joining me here, as always, my sidekick, my partner in crime. Put your hands together for him. J-Rocks in the house. Say hello, Jay.
Hello, Jay.
He does that very well, doesn't he? All right. I have put in our comments section the links to both this live stream if you want to jump on and show us what you got, or if you just have photos or something like that. For some reason, Twitter X wasn't a popular thing for most people, and I do have Discord. I've never really used it too much, but it's been there forever, so I put the Discord links up as well. I know one person's taking advantage of those, and we'll take a look at that later on. So if you got maybe video of some stuff you got, or if you just taking still pictures and you want to bring them somewhere where I can get them on the show, then just go to the Discord at the link that's over there in the chat, and I will do that with them. All right, Jay, what do you bring us this week?
I got a couple things here. First thing we'll start off with is something for all the men out there. It's my Playboy with Christy Hemme.
Ah, Christy. God, she was gorgeous.
Yep. And before anybody asks, it's never been used. All pages are nice and crisp.
They're not stuck together at all.
Not stuck together. I actually was at a flea market probably about last November, and they had about 6 of these sitting in bags, and I paid $2.50 for it.
Damn.
That's $2.50, not $250.
Yeah, no, I figured you were talking $2.50, $2, and that's why I'm like, damn.
Right.
That's a hell of a deal. Hell of a deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Neil Hooker's in the house. I think you got them all excited there with that. All right. Well, that's a way to
unfortunately,
I
was going to say, unfortunately, can't show any of the pictures on the inside.
No, we ain't going to get in that kind of trouble. Not on here. All right. As I was pulling out a few different things that I was going to show, there was other stuff in there I forgot about. One of them is this contraption, which was working perfectly fine until today. I mean, I haven't used it in forever. But anyway, it is a dumpster. It's a dumpster for your action figures. And when you throw them on top, it collapses and bam, the little lid flips open and the garbage comes out. Problem is, it won't stay in the upright position. I hate when that happens, right? I'm going to stick some blue pills in this thing and see if it'll stay up. Oh, wait. No, for a minute there, I can almost feel like there's something like it probably needs to grab onto. I don't know. There's some screws on the bottom. I'll take it apart later and see if it can be fixed and saved. But anyway, there was that in there. And I got a few figures. I'm just going to go slowly here and make it last a few minutes because this is all I really brought to the dance today. They got some dust on them too. They've been boxed up forever, and I've talked about them for a while now. And I do have a guy who's supposed to be buying the whole lot off of me. I just can't connect with him because we don't live that close together, and I got to wait for him to come and do one of his collector shows. So first off, let me try and get some light. The problem is this screen is so bright. Let me try shrinking this thing down a little bit, take some of the brightness away. Hold on a minute while I'm thinking. Let's go that route. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Bring this back up, and maybe that'll be a happy middle. So we got Rob Van Dam from the ECW line of action figures. Nice. Trying to see which belt he's got currently on there. Not going to be able to tell you. He's got one of the belts on there. So we got Rob Van Dam from the original ECW collection. Loving the Retro Rumble Classic shows with NWA, WCCW, and AWA Wrestling. Well, thank you, because I just got done doing like 2 of them earlier today, and I'll be splicing them up over the week to give you guys stuff to watch on. What we got here? Can't wait for Sting versus Rude next week. Ah, yes. I was like, Sting and Rude? What are you talking about? Oh, we have my stuff. Never mind.
Right.
Jay, what else you got? Anything?
Well, since you went Rob Van Dam, I guess I'll jump in line and I'll do Rob Van Dam from the Aggression card line that Flair put out. I have the get it here where it can kind of be seen. Has the it's reflecting so bad. There we go. The Rob Van Dam Matitude card with a piece of official event used mat with it. Unfortunately, with these, they never told you what event the mat was from, but I liked it, so I've got it all framed and stuff here. So
that's cool. And you just reminded me, I was supposed to look for my trading card from the Hogan Flair, and I totally didn't even think about it. So maybe next week I'll be able to dig that thing out. It's always a party when the clown's around.
Yeah.
What's up, my friend? Well, timing couldn't be much better, right? Because guess what? Clown gave us something to look at.
Ooh.
I know, right? Bam, there we go.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's one of those centerfolds where you have to choose which side you're going to put on the wall and actually see.
Yeah.
You had the choice between Tony Atlas with the, I'm not sure what trophy he's holding there. Maybe it's a Mr. USA. And then, of course, Hogan with the Ichiban trunks on. And he said, guess who was on my wall? Well, I'm going to guess Hogan.
I don't know. I could see him going with Tony Atlas.
Yeah, I'm going to say Hogan.
Which one is right, Clown?
Yeah, you got to tell us now. Which one was on your wall?
Oh, he said it at the bottom.
Damn, Tony. With Rocky beside him. Oh, so is there another? Well, now, if I'd have known Rocky was there, then I might have changed my mind. So there you go. Very cool. Thank you for sharing. See, that's what we want. We want people to send us pictures of their stuff so we can bring it up here and talk about it, because now we're looking at Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas, and that brings us to the first ever Black Tag Team Champions. Still remember when they won that match against the Samoans.
Yep.
Took that chair and put it right around the head of Alpha. Sold it like a champ.
Yep.
Speaking of Rocky, sad news, of course, that Carl Weathers passed away yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday.
It was. Yeah, it was Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. So you hate to see these people that you really, grew up watching and admiring and appreciating their work, and it seemed like he had plenty more time to go, you would think, but
yeah.
Anyway, kind of a bummer that happened, but appreciate his work, of course, and
absolutely
makes me want to do like a marathon of the Rocky movies now. Yeah, I feel like doing all the Rocky movies, just sitting through them all now. All right, let's see. All right, so we did Rob Van Dam from the same line of action figures. They're not dolls, they're action figures. We've got the homicidal, genocidal, one and only Sabu. And I really like, I mean, it's hard for me to think about, even though they've been boxed up and I haven't even looked at them in years. When I look at these guys here, it's like they're so uniquely done for action figures, and it really did capture the ECW roster time. really well. Yeah, the feel, it had its own unique vibe. It wasn't like Hasbro,
Right.
and it wasn't like the LJNs, obviously. And all those are great too because they also had their own niche. So I just really, it's going to be hard when I actually sell these things to them, but they're living in a box, man. As the guys like to say, you got to let them breathe.
That's why we're doing this, so they can come out and breathe.
Yeah, but now they're going to go right back inside. So I'm not even sure if I'm going to try and fix the trash can or not. We'll see. You got anything else on your end?
Yep, I got one more thing.
One more thing. Go for it.
This was one of the box sets for the Raw Deal collectible card game. It came with a Triple H deck. It came with a Jericho deck. And then you could build off of them. There was 3 sets, I believe. There was Triple H and Jericho. Then there was Austin and Rock. And I'm trying to remember what the third one was. I can't remember. But you could get these for like $40 and have a nice starter set and a collectible tin to keep all your cards and stuff in. And then you just buy the packs as you went to keep building. Unfortunately, I gave all my cards away. Stupid me. So now all I got is the collectible tins that they came in. So
okay, well that's still cool.
Mm-hmm.
Still got them. That's what matters. Keith O'Toole, got any replica championships? Yeah, the last 2 episodes I've unveiled one each week because I got one each week. This week I did not get one. The NWA 10 pounds of gold, you can see it right there behind me, right next to the on air.
Yep.
And that's a beast. That was so much bigger than I anticipated. And if you go back over, I keep forgetting to update my comments on last week's episode and put the link in there. But go back to episode 1 of Collector's Corner, and there's a link in there to the eBay page where this guy sells all these belts. And they're very affordable. I mean, compared to what you would normally pay. And now he's got a sale going on for certain belts for $109.99.
Nice.
Oh, I mean, you cannot, you know, I'm not saying that next week I won't have another belt to show you. I'm just saying it's a good price. Can't say no with these prices. And it's decent stuff. I mean, again, some of these belt collectors are religious and they want the stuff that's exactly the same, and God bless you. That's $400 or $500 or more. Yeah, I'm not dropping that. And as far as I can tell, these things serve me well. It's real leather. They're 2 millimeter metal plates. I think it's nickel, but don't quote me on that. Otherwise, they look identical to the real thing. They're just really well done. I've got no complaints. I keep buying stuff from the guy, so.
Yeah, I just went and did my taxes today. So in about 14 days, the next time after that, I'm going to order me the Winged Eagle belt. So
Jay gonna break down and get him a Winged Eagle. Now, essentially, there's 2 Winged Eagles. There's the one that Bret Hart won, which has that little thin rail on the outside.
Yep, I want.
And then there's the Attitude Era.
Nope, gotta have Bret's.
You want the Bret one? Okay. My thing is that little metal piece seems kind of fragile to me.
I'll take a look at them on his side and see how they look.
I mean, just in general. I mean, it's got to be made out of the same metal, and I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, you're going to do like me, just display it anyway. It just overall,
I don't know.
It always
might wear it out in public.
Yeah, well, you'll wear it to go shopping, I'm sure. Folks can thank Todd McFarlane for making better action figures because he made everyone step up their game because of Spawn. He did. He also made them step up their price.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
Hasbro or Mattel? That's a great question. I'm not sure it's either one, to be honest with you. Hold on.
I think those ECW ones were an off-brand, actually.
Yeah, it was ECW.
Clown, do you know how many cardboard belts me and my brothers made growing up? Jesus Christ. We went through a whole tree at least making cardboard belts.
See, I never did that.
We had to. We were out wrestling in the front yard. We had to have something to fight for.
All right, let's see. I need the information. Let's see specifics. Packaging. Doesn't mention. Hold on. San Francisco toy makers.
Okay. Yeah, they did a lot of, what do I want to say? I don't want to say like knockoff toys, but they did their own brand of like GI Joes and things like that also.
And by the way, Rob Van Dam that I just showed you is selling for $43.50. Now, granted, that's on the card. I won't say mint on card because there's yellowing on the bubble package and all, but
yeah,
yeah, they might be worth 15. Of course, I'm going to be selling like 30 of these things to him in one shot, so he'll be getting a better deal than that, I'm sure.
Right.
What else we got happening here? No, this guy does not have the $1 million championship. I can tell you that. He's got a couple of AWA titles. The one that Kurt Hennig wore towards the end. The one that I got, which is the one that Rick Martel and Bockwinkel traded. He's got the AWA Tag Team Championship, which I do kind of like that belt. I'm not going to lie. And then WWF, he's got the Winged Eagle, both versions. He's even got like the WBC belt, the green belt that like Floyd Mayweather would wear. He's even got some of those kind of things as well. He's got a UFC belt. And again, his prices are ridiculously reasonable. So,
right.
If you're looking for the authentic everything, then it's probably not something you're going to be interested in. If you're looking for something that's a pretty cool damn piece of artwork that you can display and if you want to wear it to the matches that you're going to, put it over your shoulder, it'll be fine. It'll hold up.
I mean, honestly, seeing it on camera when you had it the last couple of weeks, you wouldn't have known that it was, I guess, a cheaper version of what
it is. It's a less expensive version. Let's go that route.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he does really good work. I mean, the detail was there, everything was there. So, I mean, you can't beat it for the price.
In high school, the Attitude Era, we had the 24/7 rule going anywhere, anytime pin and win the replica cheap toy store belt.
Damn it, Neil. You guys are the ones that gave him the idea for the 24/7 championship. God damn you.
That's great. I used to ask the girls what time it was. They'd say, no, it's time for All-Star Wrestling, and then Attack and Tickle them. Okay. Can't do that anymore.
Right.
Look what happened when Vince tried that shit.
I saw a post somewhere that said, what was it? He has spent more money on sex he had on
NDAs.
Yes, exactly.
He spent more money on NDAs than talent. Matt Cardona's old custom belt, he does not have that either. He doesn't sell that one.
I bet if you wanted to pay the money, he could probably come up with something as a custom order too.
I don't know. I'm thinking about having him come on the show if he wants to or not. I don't know, but
that would be good.
It'd be fun to have somebody that does that. And I'm trying to remember. Can't remember what state he's in. Maybe like me, state of denial. Exactly. All right. We'll do a 2-for-1 to finish this up then. And we got New Jack and Jerry Lynn. It's very hard to display these things while you're holding them. So let's go one at a time, maybe. New Jack. Got the No Limit Soldiers on the t-shirt. On the back, and he got that little button back there to make him Hulk up, I guess, or he throws the right hand. And then over here we got Jerry Lynn in his classic ECW gear. And again, the face sculpts and everything on these really came out good. They have a uniqueness to them, but they're really cool, and I thoroughly enjoy these things. What I might do is put them on the shelf behind me there until this guy comes around.
There you go. I've been watching a guy on YouTube, and he's went through some of the worst Mattel WWE figures ever made. At least those you can tell who they are. Some of them that he's shown, it was like one was supposed to be Stephanie McMahon, and it did not look like her. Another one was Layla, and I understand she's Hispanic, but as dark as that Mattel had that figure, thought she was, black. So I'm just like,
sometimes they don't come out the way they expect them to. All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. We got another guest joining us right now. It is Blaze McCoy. How are you, buddy?
I'm here to finish the story.
Yeah, well, it doesn't seem like anyone's doing that anytime soon.
We want Cody.
Well, a little shameless plug here. I have I'm a pull a Tony Khan. I got a big, huge, important announcement this Thursday night at 8:00 on my WrestleSense show.
All right, he's gonna have Rob Van Dam, in other words.
No, but man, speaking of Rob Van Dam, of all these older wrestlers, I think he takes the cake of those who could still really go like he did 10, 15 years ago. My opinion. To still do some of his signature moves. Not exactly the way, but to still emulate what he was 30 years ago to some extent now. I was kind of impressed, and he's been one of my all-time favorites. RVD, Sting, AJ Styles, some of my favorite types of wrestlers. And speaking of some of my favorite types of wrestlers, I did bring a couple of tidbits.
What you got?
I already showed most of the good stuff, so it's tough now. I'm digging in the greats. I heard you say something about cardboard titles. So I when I was a kid, yes, I made little cardboard titles too. I had my WWA, my World Wrestling Alliance, which was WWF and NWA mixed together. So I did make, and these were for the little AWA Remcos that I have. I have, of course, had 6-man tag titles and such, and they were held together by a piece of Scotch tape, So that was one thing. I mentioned this last time, and I had to dig because I have a bunch of toys here, but I have a box downstairs I had to go grab to try to find some of these other things. But I mentioned these little thummy guys.
Hey, there we go. Thumb wrestlers. Now those are knockoffs, aren't they?
No clue. No clue.
Yeah, they are. Because one's supposed to be Hogan, but that's not his color scheme.
Made in China.
Yeah, those are the knockoffs.
Yep. I probably got them at $1. I mean, you stick your thumb up their ass and.
Yep.
Oh, you mean the dolls? Sorry.
Yeah. So there you go. You could thumb wrestle. Yeah. All right. It's hard to get a good shot at that.
Try not to stick your thumb up an actual wrestler's ass. It probably won't end well.
I'm not. Yes,
maybe it will.
Yes, this is supposed to be Hogan.
On the wrestler.
Is that? I guess it's Scott Hall, maybe.
No, that would have come out probably prior to that. You would.
Yeah, I don't know who that would be then, because it would be.
It looks like it's got Nikolai's build, but then the hair.
Yeah, he's got the mullet too. So Lord
he's
knows.
Got the Nikolai figure look to him.
There you go, classics there. And then the opposite size. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of him nowadays, but when he first came on and was destroying people left and right. Goldberg.
Is that the 12-inch?
Yeah.
I have him in the box still. Where? I don't know. It's around here somewhere.
She likes the 12-inchers.
That's a fact.
Well, see,
I've never come out of the box yet.
See, that's he must have been for tonight's Raw.
See, I think he was
on and take Cody's place to go against Seth now.
I think he was thrown in a box that had some markers and stuff, or I got mad and tried to make blood or something because he's got marks all over him. He was either in a drawer with a bunch of blood markers or something. So just to give you an idea what I used to do with these guys, and you're talking about the belts and stuff, and we talked about scaffold matches last week. I built my own
here. Hold on a minute.
My own 3-ring. I called it the 3-ring circus. I would have 3 different rings. These are 3 toy rings put together, one with the cage in the middle, and then I built a scaffold across the top.
Shit.
So I called it a 3-ring circus, where they would fight in these 3 rings, and the winners would end up top and have to fight in the scaffold to win.
The winner gets thrown to his death.
Yeah. The winner stands tall. You win to get up top to lose real bad, but it says Starcade in the middle too. So I was on my Starcade kick in the back. But you can see Carlos Colon peeking out the door. Final thing is, I showed off most of these magazines before. Do you guys remember these?
What am I looking at?
Pro Wrestling Digest.
Oh wow. Yeah. I never actually had one, no.
And these are just paper. Nope,
nothing fancy, huh?
Black and white.
Nope.
And where would you pick up one of those?
Mail order, weren't they?
Yep. I got them sent to me.
Okay.
Yep.
So Pro Wrestling Digest in Dallas. So I guess out of one of the magazines I had, it's like, hey, get this. And yeah, right here in the back. Fill this out and have it sent to you.
Look at that.
Go.
So Pro Wrestling Digest is one. And there's another one with Flair on it. Look at Jim Crockett. Is that Jim Crockett? Yeah, I think it's Jim Crockett.
No, that's Jim Ross.
Oh, Jim Ross, yeah. Look how young Jim Ross looks.
I know, right? He only has 2 chins.
Yeah. Didn't he just have like surgery or something?
Yeah. He just posted today that he had to have surgery again.
Some cancer is removed from him or something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, how about How about one of the most underrated wrestlers, Eddie Gilbert?
Yep.
Well, you were on top of that one as soon as I showed it.
Oh yeah, I was always a big Eddie Gilbert fan.
When he used to do the slingshot suplex, bouncer, that was one of the coolest things. And I don't know if anyone. This is where my EFED days started. IWA, the Imaginary Wrestling Association. You filled out
the Superstar Pro Wrestling game, but it's the same basic idea.
So so this is where you send away.
Yep.
Tell them about your character and what moves you like to use. And once a month, they send you a packet with who won what match, what move won the match, and rankings.
Nice.
Of course, see, I made my own, like the barricades for the wrestling ring. So I had Clash of Champions. Great.
Jeez,
I had a little bit of art. I had a little bit of drawing skills. Starcade. Bunkhouse Stampede, and see, I had the NWA main event and the Crockett Cup. But then I don't know if you remember this game.
The hell is that?
It's a VCR wrestling game.
Oh, the board game, and then you go to the VCR tape?
Yep.
I had one for WWF.
Yeah, so this is your board game. And this is when I first started YouTube, one of the things I wanted to do is create a wrestling board game, and I never got to do it. But basically, there are cards. I got shit everywhere now.
We done fucked them up.
But there's Power Slam cards that would have suplex, go for the pin, flying drop kick, and you'd shuffle the cards, pick a card, headlock. And the idea is to go from start all the way up and get the 3 count for the pin. And look at the art on it. It's like really create like cool little art with the wrestlers and stuff. So board games, you kids out there, back in the day, yes, there were things called board games. And things
now they're
called
board games for them too, but now it's more like BORED.
And magazines were a thing of the past too. We had many magazines back in the day.
Yeah.
Of which you still have 2.
I have a couple. There's the wrestling magazine.
I think that was one we featured once upon a time here on this channel.
Yeah, we should. And I was really one of the magazines started falling apart, so I needed to save some pages. So you have your Match Beyond War Games preview. How about this one? You guys remember this? CM Punk brought this stuff back for a while. Hey,
the ice cream bars.
The ice cream bars.
Might as well do it again. He's got spare time.
Yeah. Now, when they
Right.
brought these ice cream bars back, they didn't bring back this ice cream bar.
Nope.
It was different.
Yep.
It was not the legit ice cream bar. And
it was more like a sandwich.
This is an actual program cover from November 26, 1987.
My Town Heat. I still remember that well.
Yeah. So it was just a promo package for what was going on that summer because I'm in Pittsburgh, and it was just advertising that show. And another one for the Great American Bash. So I'm a hoarder. I save a lot of stuff. And for instances like today, it comes in handy.
Yep.
That's what I was going to say. That's what we all have to do.
But I'm glad I caught you. I was a little bit late. I'm like, oh no, I heard him say he's going to wrap it up. So I had to run downstairs and open a bin and grab my little buddy.
We're going to see how this goes here in a second, though, because it's always an interesting opportunity when.
It looks like me a little bit, huh?
Hey, hi.
Excuse
me, I didn't see you
You're
guys.
yelling so much. Why are you yelling so damn much, son? Settle down, kid.
Is that your twin?
That's
all right,
me.
Purist. What you got to share with us?
Yeah. Oh,
Speak, boy.
I did show you, I think, yesterday or some other day, but it's the same thing I was to show you. Something interesting. It's a Antonio Inoki tribute book. Book. Yeah.
One time you tried showing us something that was not appropriate.
I mean, I don't know what to show, but I mean, it is
like
interesting.
really not appropriate.
At least Jay.
Okay, I understand.
I'm not saying that book was. I'm saying you had a comic book that all of a sudden went south real quick.
Yeah.
No. It's not a comic book. No, it's not.
Okay.
It's literally 90 authors doing 2 to 3 mini comic pages.
Okay.
There's even a story involving Hogan. A nice story too. Certainly not the Hogan one of today. I can show you. Here's something like this.
That's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing this is a storyline. Yeah.
No. It's a mini story. In other words,
that would be a storyline.
Yeah, it's not just a book. It's not just a book. It's also it also experiences something interesting. There's a lot of facts. For example, here in 1988, Inoki went to Italy to fight Bad News Allen. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Apparently, the first wrestling show that came in Italy was NJPW. Oh shit! NJPW was the first televised show in Italy.
That's interesting.
And people loved it.
I didn't know that.
Right.
Oh, no one did. I certainly didn't. And the intro, it was a fucking rocker, man. The Fantastic World of Catch. Catch the Catch. Man.
You got anything
Oh,
else?
I'm serious. Well, it also has funny stuff here. There's an example. This cracks me the fuck up.
What, your messy clothes?
I don't want
Rock
to
wrestling.
on it only because of history.
Well, history. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. Between now and next week,
one more
Chris,
thing.
come up
Yes,
with a
if I may,
couple
one
of
more
things,
thing.
okay? Come
One
up
more.
with a
Yeah,
couple
but
of
one more
things
thing,
next
please.
week.
Yeah. By the way, still angry now about the thing about Cody? Because now they're saying that Cody may receive the same treatment of Bryan
We'll
from
all know
WrestleMania
more
30.
tonight. We'll all know more.
Yeah,
tonight.
no more.
Wait and see.
I'm
Wait
turning
and
tired
see.
too.
That's correct.
I know what you're looking at, Jay. You tried to get Vince demonetized?
Boobies,
Good.
He can show the outside. He can't show the inside.
Yeah.
That's right. I can look at the inside all I want.
The outside? What about the outside? Oh, wait. You can ask Blaze and stick him up your ass.
Whew, where's my aspirin?
His mic is unusual. It's like you guys are all on the same channel, right? For me,
Yeah.
But his mic is always extra hot.
You gotta love the enthusiasm.
I don't know, what he's running off of or what it is, but it's really because you're all sharing the same channel on my mixer. I can't like bring his down and bring yours up. It's like you're all either here or you're all over there. So when he's on, it's always like I gotta have it on one, and then I can't hear you guys at all.
He's running off a lot of caffeine. That's what he's running off of.
Well, his microphone must be off of a lot of caffeine then, because that's what's hitting it.
Even Neil Hooper's even in the chat. So loud. I'm using your phone. Okay, Purist. He's using his phone. Good boy.
Okay. Your phone works very well. Oh, all right. Well, listen, I got some stuff I got to get taken care of. I'll probably check on Raw at some point in time just to see.
Hey, we got a bull rope match. That's kind of old school.
Oh, is that a fact? Who they got?
It's Shinsuke attacked Cody over the weekend at a house show.
I heard that, but I thought it's like, didn't they already run their?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Someone showed me, he was like, "Hey, Cody got attacked." I'm like, "No, Shinsuke attacked him like weeks ago."
That's what I thought too.
It happened at a house show, and now rumor has it they don't want to put a hot mic on Cody, and the audience hijacked the show by chanting, "We want Cody, we want Cody," but put him in a match. It's gonna
happen anyways.
I think they're gonna chant, "We want Cody" and everything anyway. And another report I read was this is the way this is going down. All the backlash that they're getting was planned. They wanted this because they want to make Cody the biggest baby face on the planet by overcoming all this, which I'm a wait and see type of guy. I did watch your show from the other day, and it does resound a lot of people's feeling right now, upset at how it went down. And I think if Cody would have took out one sentence, not at Mania, there wouldn't have been as much backlash, because then we can wait and see what happens. But as soon as he says not at Mania, everyone's like, he ruined his Rumble. But like I said, I have a nice little rant this Thursday on the WrestleSense podcast, 8:00. Is WrestleSense dead? We'll find out on Thursday night if you can tune in.
Nah, I can't die. I know you.
It's a double entendre too, just so you know. That's is the sense of wrestling fans dead as well? There's a lot of stuff I got to get off of my chest, and I don't normally do that. And Vince, I hate to do this again, but I agree with a lot of things you had to say about it. I really did.
You don't gotta hate it. It's okay.
No, I agree with a lot of the things that people are upset about, but I have my own words too. But right now, no one's talking about Vince. The other thing I heard was a week ago, if you Google WWE, it's all the Vince allegation stuff. If you do it now, it's Roman Rock Cody. So it's all.
I would like to believe that's the truth, and this will go back to that injury angle they did with Ilya Dragunov a few weeks back, where I was really pissed, and turns out it was a work. And I said at the time, I give all the credit in the world if it was a work, because they did a great job up until they wheeled him out and put the belt on him on the stretcher. It's like, why would you go through all that freaking effort to sell it? And he sold it.
Yeah, he was like holding his hand up and stuff, like he couldn't move it. And it really, I like a little bit of reality. I like a little bit of reality mixed into my wrestling, but that was kind of close to too much. If you're gonna.
Exactly how I felt about it. And even
let's make Ridge Holland
the guy just hurt somebody again,
let's make Ridge Holland the guy who hurts everybody. Like, we already got Nia Jax. We don't need a male version of her.
And now we know Nia Jax is never going to go again.
Right.
She's here for life.
Someone finish her story and get her to retire.
I swear. I mean, I feel like the only chance for the WWE anymore is if The Rock's on a plane and it goes down.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hey, I'll still say it's a great time to be a wrestling fan. A lot of noise out there about it. And I don't know if you guys covered any of the Stardom. I'm not a big Stardom or New Japan person.
Me either.
All that craziness with Stardom's founder leaving and
no, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, the founder of Stardom left, and there was rumors he was going to WWE, but now he's not. And then all this Tony Khan, of course, who loves to tweet about stuff, was tweeting all these gifts and stuff about collusion and all this, all these old gangster things. He's thinking that they're trying to, I don't know. There was a big tease for a Japanese star on NXT with 3 faces. And people were saying it's not Okada. They're saying it's probably Julia, which.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think
I don't know
about
much.
That.
I don't know much about the Japanese Stardom side. I'm not going to say that I do or pretend I do, but that's the big talk yesterday and today about why all this is going down, and supposedly something big reason for why this guy left and stuff. And it's probably more sexism and sex trafficking and who knows. It's just,
once that domino falls, it takes everything out with it.
Yeah, and there's so many girls coming out saying stuff now, like the Bella twins came out and said some stuff, and Maria
they can't help it because of who their father-in-law is.
Maria came out and said a couple things about, and Trish Stratus said she was basically in tears when she had to do the bikini stuff, but she did it because it was her job. She didn't want to do any of that stuff. So
the bikini bothered her, not the barking like a dog.
Well, the bikini stuff, which that too, but once again, what did she do before wrestling? She was a fitness model. She was in bikinis all the time.
Yeah, but that's a model. That's not some guy telling you to bark like a dog, or
ripping off her clothes to reveal a bikini's a little different, like it's your underwear. I get it. So, I mean, hopefully, that blows over and moves on. I like to concentrate on the in-ring stories and wrestling. And
I don't understand why it's an issue at all right now. Vince is gone from the company, period. Go do what you got to do to him, and that's it. The WWE was purchased by a whole other company. They're going in a different direction. It shouldn't. All this crap going on right now with Cody and all that shouldn't be necessary. There's no justification to that.
Yeah, but what I heard too is I'm sure that there's more likely to be a payout again to end this thing, because if it goes to Discovery and they got phone reports and records, and then there's more ladies involved and more people are coming out, and then you can probably say. You got to think Triple H, Stephanie, and Shane knew some of this stuff was going on.
It'd be hard not to when you're in the family.
And then there's going to be another girl come out and say, yeah, Vince groped me every time I was in the office. He grabbed my ass every time, and the snowball will ball up. So, I mean, if he was going to give her $3 million the first time, it's probably going to take $10 million this time to shut him up. But if it doesn't, it goes to Discovery, there could be a lot of dominoes fall, and that would be pretty crazy. Yeah. I don't want any of that in wrestling anymore. It should be a thing of the past where you're taking advantage of people and using them like that. It's horrible. But that's
the way I look at it. The way it looks right now is rumors are strong that names like Triple H and Shawn Michaels will be getting the axe.
Yeah, I mean, you think you gotta think they kind of knew, and everyone turned the other cheek because it was Vince. I don't know. I still haven't heard any solid facts on where Brock comes in. I mean, UFC champion, world-renowned fighter.
All the facts you need right there. There ain't no other UFC champion unless Ronda Rousey was into chicks, which I don't think so.
I saw a really funny post where someone said, since they're wiping Brock Lesnar out of history, I guess the Undertaker's streak is back.
Oh, there you go. There you go. And I'm also tired of that crap. I was never a fan of it with the Benoit situation. You can't erase history. It's like these morons pulling statues down.
It's a TV show.
History is history. The people that did what they did, like what Benoit did in the ring, is what Benoit did in the ring. You don't have to like the man for what he did at the end of his life, but say that we're not going to show WrestleMania matches, or we're going to you can't be doing that, because now you've opened that door. So now there goes all Vince's stuff. And by the way, Vince kind of is WrestleMania.
But what about that guy from that 70s show who got busted for all that crap?
Oh, man, I was just watching a video on poor Hyde there.
Different Strokes. There was that girl who had, you go back to the old TV shows and you dig into all those people's personal lives, you're going to find a lot of nasty shit too. But that's why I try to separate TV shows from real life. And like you said, the Benoit stuff is a perfect example. One of the greatest ever step foot in a ring, but can't say his fucking name because of what happened. I mean, it's horrible what happened, but
but my point is,
I thought we learned from the past and move on. That's what we're supposed to do. I don't know.
Not anymore. We're in cancel culture now. And that's the whole thing. So now you're going to cancel him. You're going to cancel Brock Lesnar. You're going to cancel Vince McMahon, who was a massive part of the Attitude Era. So how does that look?
Well,
and we're presuming that Triple H doesn't get dragged into this, because then you got to cancel Triple H if that happens. Maybe Shawn Michaels. You pretty much are erasing your entire company's history.
If you were Tony Khan and this happens and Brock is a free agent, would you try to bring him over and put him on your TV show?
No.
I would, because the thing with Brock is the reason he was not named specifically in it and just said for UFC yet was because he was offered as part of a contract, this girl, given her number, but he never followed through on it. So
well, he tried to, but then the weather conditions prohibited him from making the trip.
So who knows what else can be uncovered? I mean, I would, like you said, Vince, I'm hoping it's done. Move on. Let's get back to the wrestling product because we're on the way to Mania and all kind of stuff. So I want to be excited about wrestling. Not, yes, all the bullshit sucks, but we'll see.
And this was looking to be the best WrestleMania in a long time.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, granted, CM Punk injury, you can't plan for that.
Even with the mix-up, I think they can still make it a great one or one of the best.
Oh, sure. I've said 100 times how easy it would be. I mean, you got the roster for the love of God.
Yeah,
I mean,
roster stacked. When you have no legends in the Rumble, either one, because your roster's so stacked and they're bringing in people, and people want to go there now. 2 years ago, people didn't want to go in there because they didn't know if Triple H or Vince would be there.
And I see Triple H being the guy who has enough brain to bring in Jordan Grace for the Rumble, right?
Right.
If he's fired tomorrow, I don't know that The Rock has that logic to him. I don't see him partnering.
No.
And that sucks because I'm looking at Mania. All you gotta do is bring in Moose.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I was gonna say bring in a Moose or a Josh Alexander, let them fight some people, and
there you go.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
You have your Forbidden Door matches. They seem to be popular.
But I mean, in hindsight, thinking about it now, I try to look outside the box. Like all these schmarks and wrestling fans that are on the internet that think things, there are a large segment of kids and casuals that if you ask them who Cody Rhodes is, they might not know, but they heard of The Rock. Right. People that don't watch wrestling but like to go every once in a while and, the big shows. Everyone knows who The Rock is.
Yeah,
Everyone
because he's 51 years old and he's been around forever.
And he's been on movies. So people that aren't wrestling fans have seen the movies. And, and he's on TV.
Yeah, but a lot of Cody's fan base is kids now.
Yes.
I mean,
nowadays, yes. My friend Doc, it's on my podcast. He put out a post that said he couldn't believe it. He was upset, but he was more upset because his son, who's 8, that's his favorite wrestler. And he said, Dad, it was supposed to be Cody's time. What is happening? So that put that in perspective, like an 8-year-old is trying to make sense out of it.
Right.
A lot of segments of wrestling fans out there. And a lot of times, not you guys or me, but a lot of people that are podcasters or media, they only concentrate on the people that know everything is going on. But there is millions of wrestling fans that don't pay attention to this stuff. They just go watch indie wrestling if they can and watch it on Raw, So a lot of those people don't even know there's an AEW. Because or NWA or any other company. It's just WWE. And that's just, people don't think about that as much. There's a huge segment. So they're going to go for the widest audience they can. That's the biggest spectacle you can give. That's always been WWF, WWE.
Well, the Rock's quote was that they were looking at a long-term booking for him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're 51 years old. You ain't got any long-term plans.
And the other thing is, I mean, he did like one move the last time and he looked winded. How's he going to go through a whole match?
Not only that, but the last time he had a real match, he got injured in it.
Yeah, I was more happy with, I don't know if you guys talk about the rumors of him being like a special guest enforcer to a match or a special guest referee this time around. And then end up getting
fine with either of those. I mean, I can't. But aside from what's happening with him in wrestling right now, I can't stand him. Period, as a human being.
I know. I watched your show. I got it. I try really hard not to mix politics or anything outside with my wrestling, but it's hard to nowadays because it's everywhere.
Yeah, well, when the man gets on TV begging for money, when he and Oprah are standing side by side, and they're worth a few $1 billion apiece.
I get it. Yep, I get it. It's crazy. It's crazy, but a lot of people are talking about wrestling right now, and that's good.
It'd be better if they were talking about it for the right reasons.
Yes, that too. Good point. Of course.
All right. Well, this was fun. We were going to do 30 minutes. We did our hour.
Thank you. I came here to change the story.
And you did. Yeah, son of a goat. Nah,
good
that's
stuff,
cool.
though. I love it.
Glad you brought your toys out so we could see what you got there.
I was going to go there. I was going to say my dildos that are named after wrestling superstars are in the back. My butt plug.
You can't pull them out.
But yeah, my butt plug is busy right now. My Scott Hall butt plug is busy.
We got our Captain Lou over here.
Maybe that's who that's supposed to be, Captain Lou.
By the way, that hole was only for your thumb.
Yeah, I had to clean off the tops of these before I brought them on.
And just like that, the show gets struck down.
That's
all
not
right, everybody.
That's not
Until
anchor
next
blood.
Monday, when we do this all again, thank you for joining us on Coach's Corner, Collector's Corner. And remember, you can check us out over on Discord and send pictures or short video clips or whatever you want over there. And then we'll bring it on here like we did with Ancient Clowns poster art. Thank you guys for being here with me. I appreciate both of you very much. Also to our friends over in Italy with their very special cartoons, comic books. There you go. All right. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Let's watch Monday Night Raw and see how bad they're going to screw the pooch this week. Good night.